Welcome to the Hopeful Podcast, where we talk about how our faith in God, with God, and because of God gives us hope each and every day. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Hopeful. And we are here. We're actually starting this new segment that we want to call Beyond the Business. And here is a spot where we're just able to talk to business owners and get a little bit of sense of what God's been doing in and through their lives and in and through their business. And so today, we have a very, very, very special guest. I've already introduced her before. She's been on here before. You guys loved her. Everyone was like, hey, she should come back on. So, hey, we listened and we brought her back on. It is one of the Buckits Hawaii owner, Titilua Acero. Welcome, Titi. Thank you for joining us on the pod.
Having me.
You know, Titi loved the episode so much. You know, the last time we had you on was at the beach.
Yes.
And everyone
So
actually
fun.
really liked the
so
beach.
fun.
And it was so funny because, guys, the beach was Titi's idea.
Yep.
So
That was such a nice night.
yeah,
Like,
she was like, I want to be on and
Yeah.
I want to do it at the beach. We're like, let's make it happen. We can do that.
no, we're in my living room.
So we just, these sets are nice. But we're just so grateful and thankful that you got to come onto this episode. And we just want to talk to you about, I don't think a lot of people know about it, right? It's not that well known. I mean, I just hear it everywhere I
it's
go.
like a yellow food truck on the side.
I
It shows
think
up at all
so.
these different events.
Just
my
You
God.
might know it as Buckets.
Buckets.
Yeah. So sis, like, tell us, how did that come to be? How did
Yeah.
Buckets come to be?
Buckits Hawaii honestly was my cousin who called me over one night to eat some chicken, and I thought it was kind of sus because I was like, this is random. And then he was like telling me that he had a vision or a dream of him investing or funding me to start my own food business, and I honestly was opposed to it because for those of you who are in the food industry, you know how much hard work goes into this business. There really isn't a day off. I feel like if you're not working, you're shopping or prepping or whatever. So I was a little skeptical, not gonna lie. But after some really deep prayers with my husband, with the Lord, and we definitely felt peace, like we're supposed to do this. And from there, we got the bus, we got all these things, but we still didn't have, what are we gonna sell?
Yeah.
What's the name of our business gonna be?
Yeah.
And it really, like, that kind of came in, I think, in a series of things. But I honestly can't take credit for it because all I can say is I prayed and asked God to show me something, and this idea just downloaded immediately. It was like so quick. Immediately, seafood boil on the go.
Amazing.
And then the idea of putting it in a bucket was kind of like, I was like, I kind of want something that's quick, that's easy, for people to just like get that fix without paying $200-$300, you know? So that's kind of where Buckits Hawaii came from.
Wow.
And how long ago was that meeting with your cousin?
So that meeting was June 2023.
Wow.
But
wow.
the seafood boil idea didn't come until January 2024.
Oh.
And then we didn't actually start selling, or December 2023 maybe. But we didn't start selling it until we almost make a year.
Wow.
So maybe within a month we'll make a year.
Amazing.
wow.
Congratulations.
Okay. I
Thank
know,
you so
right?
much.
A
Yeah.
year in business and successfully, might I add.
Yeah, that's a
Oh.
big
Have you
accomplishment.
Have you guys
That's
seen
a
them
big accomplishment.
online?
Right.
They've been all
Everywhere.
over TikTok.
Everywhere.
They've been all over any social media platform.
Yeah.
You guys were on the news at one point, right?
Yeah, we were.
So
That
cool.
was also like super cool. They Hawaii News Now and KHON.
KHON,
both
yes,
reached out to us, and we both did segments. One was on the bus, one wasn't there, not on the bus. And honestly, even that was like, I'm like, what are we doing? Like, I was afraid. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I was like not afraid, but nervous every single. And I'm like, okay, Lord, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna go. Like, I'm just gonna say yes.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say yes and see what happens.
Yeah,
and
that's
like,
good.
time after time, I'm like, wow, God is so good. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
if people think
Amen.
that we're just really aware of how to do these things. We don't
Yeah.
know what we're doing. We're
Yeah.
literally being led by the Lord
Wow.
in every step.
Amen.
And
Yeah.
God's just been blessing it. We've been learning, growing. We're not perfect, but we're trying to get better at our craft and give quality food out. And
Yeah.
we're growing. We're learning. Yeah, it's been it feels like it's been longer than a year. That's
I
for
know,
sure.
honestly, I feel like it's been like 3-4 years. Wow. And then, so you're saying like even before, your cousin brought up the idea of wanting you to start, like,
shout out to Buddy.
a shout out to Buddy.
That's
Shout
the
out to
cousin.
Buddy. Thank you. But was that even ever a thought of, like, in your mind of just like, hey, Rudy, I think maybe we should start going to food business, or like it just like came out of the blue of like,
No, it was not my first, second, third, fourth, fifth plan.
Yeah.
It was not on the spectrum or the
Wow,
alphabet level for us. We were, we weren't expecting to do that.
yeah, wow. And
It was totally and completely a God thing.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
100%.
Oh,
It
wow.
had to be, because like I honestly had a food business before on Maui, and it was actually really good too. And I also give credit to God for that idea and for those things.
Yeah.
Like I think, for the way I think is like, God created the universe, the stars, the world. Who better to ask for help, or who better to ask
good.
for creativity than the creator himself? So I really feel like every time I've asked God for that help and I trusted him, he's blessed every business that I've ever done.
good.
But I didn't want to do food again. I swear, our first business, me and my husband, we weren't married yet, but we was scrapping all the time, because it was like, it's like so hard. Like, you know, like to it's just a lot. And I think this time around, I'm like, God, if we're going to do this, I want me and my husband to have a thriving relationship. I want us to be able to communicate well. I want to have a solid team. So yeah, those are the things that was my standards, or my requirements for the Lord. I'm like, God, if you want me to do this, this is what I need.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. That's good. I'm kind of curious. So you said the first initial conversation happened in June, but the Buckits idea didn't come till January.
Yes.
And so like that waiting
months.
period, was there ever like doubts in your mind during that time? Just like, I don't know if we're meant to do this, or like, was it just like, oh no, we know it's gonna happen, but it's just probably not time yet, or like how did you handle those months of just waiting?
I didn't want to just produce something and it's not good. So I think for me, I was like, okay, he's gonna get something. He's got me. So I think I did have I did feel like, okay, he's got us, but I'm like, dang, Lord, it's cutting close. Like the truck's almost done being fixed. Like we're about to go on the road. We don't have a menu. We don't have a name. Like, so like there are things that were coming up that not we were settling for, but kind of like, oh, this would be a good idea. This would be a great idea.
Yeah.
But for me, I kept, and I think I shared it with you, because Nicole actually was like very much a part of my process. I would always call and be like, oh, sis, what about this? And like, oh, here, come to our house. Let's do taste tests. So we were doing like taste testings with you.
We love taste testings.
Yeah, she was the best, and like giving like honest, real feedback, which I love, honest, real feedback. So like we were doing those things for months and just trying out different things, but nothing like spoke to me. So I was like, these are good. Don't get me wrong. This chicken and grits and shrimp and grits is bomb, but like it just wasn't what I wanted. I really wanted to make something a little bit more original for me, and something that I love, that I would crave every day. And that's where, that idea of the seafood boil finally came. And when that came, it was clear as day.
Wow.
That's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And then I remember calling Nicole. I think I called her before my husband. And I was like, Nicole, I have an idea.
We love you, Rudy.
Do you remember that?
Yeah,
I think I was in Maui.
Yeah, you were in here.
And then I
this phone
called
call.
you,
Yeah.
and I was like, I sent you the logo and everything. And you're like, this is a crazy. Like,
No,
you were
it was
laughing.
crazy. I
She
was like, oh, okay, wow, that's different.
Yeah.
No, but it was such a good idea. And I was like, honestly, I feel like if you don't know TT, like TT has always been this person that has these crazy original ideas. They're like, wow, I can't see it, but when it happens, you're like, wow, that's crazy. Wow, this is actually working. This is cool. And so I think that's so awesome. And so Buckits just came to your mind. Like it just like was like, hey,
seafood boil came to my mind. I was like, okay, wait, what do I love? And then I was like, seafood boil. And then I'm like, okay, seafood boil. Oh, how are we gonna do that? How are we gonna do that on a food truck? No one has a food truck of seafood boil. You go to a restaurant, it's messy.
Yeah.
How can we do this? And then the idea of KFC came to my mind, where I'm like, people probably thought the same thing about fried chicken. Like, fried chicken's a messy thing to eat, and it's in a bucket. And I'm like, bro, whoever came up with KFC, they're freaking genius. And then,
just like, that's
and then I was like, wait. Okay. Bucket, seafood boil, together. Buckits Hawaii.
Wow.
Literally. That was my process. I was like, boom, boom, boom. Together.
I did not know that.
On the go, quickie, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And now it's blowing up. Like now it's like people are like, why wasn't this ever a thing?
Yeah. And that's what I thought too when I first heard about it. I was like, that's a genius idea.
Yeah.
We have never had that. I don't even hear about that in the mainland.
True.
To have like
I think
like
this
a
is
on the
the
go
first.
like seafood kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I mean
Yeah.
seafood boil kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah, that's so good.
But I really like how you felt that like push to hold out for like that really good idea.
True.
And the Lord blessed you with such like a great, amazing
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
And
Thank
to
you,
see
Lord.
what it's formed into today, not even
Yeah.
a year later after being officially in business,
Yeah.
so amazing and so
Yeah.
encouraging.
Yeah.
But during that time, I know you were saying with their first business, you wanted to avoid the things that happened in that first business and the things that made you a little bit tired and like worn out. So for the second business, what was that process like? Did you get to that point where it was like, wait, what are we doing? And how did you push through that?
Great question. Thanks, Alex. Alex always with the deep question. I hope I answer this. If I don't, just steer me back.
Oh no,
in.
you're good. You're good.
But I
you're good.
think I didn't. So when I had our first business, it was booming. Like I mean, and I'm breaking on the Lord now. Like I mean, people were waiting for hours sometimes to get our food, where people would bring their own beach chairs, wait in line, and sit down and wait.
Wow.
So like it was a blessing, and we pray for these blessings, but when they come, are we prepared?
True.
So I feel like at that time, I was blessed with an amazing team again in Maui, and being in my hometown, it was really cool. But I did feel like I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready spiritually. I wasn't ready mentally. So like I didn't know the stress that comes in with owning your own business that's actually like successful and doing good. So for me, I felt like I was mentally unstable. I felt like I was depleted. I wasn't getting my strength from the Lord. I didn't understand what it meant to surrender your business to God. I thought it's like, okay, God, I prayed for this. You gave it to me. Here we go. But honestly, with this business, I know now every single day I have to die to myself. Every single day I have to surrender to God. Like one thing I love that we do is we pray before we open up the food truck. I don't do that just for the food to be safe for people to eat, but I literally do that for my own sanity, because I notice the days that I forget to pray, I don't feel like we're like completely covered. Like, and I know that like some of us who've been on the bus can say, yeah, like agree to that, because it's like we need him. And I think now it's like everything, okay, wait, God, I need help. Like just this past week, I started to notice we're getting busier.
Yeah.
And I'm in the back of the bus a lot. And I'm not, and my goal for this food truck is I want it to reflect the joy of God. Like that's literally why I love yellow, why our bus is yellow, why everything's bubbly and cute, and like my marketing is like that. I do that on purpose. I really feel like it brightens up someone's day, and I want to love on people. Like I've gotten opportunities to pray over people, to bless others on the food truck, and that's my heart. My heart is to connect with our communities, to connect with our people. But I started to notice that we've been getting so busy that I've been in the back of the bus, and I started to get more logistical, more like, how much are we making? Am I paying everybody good? Are we doing? So it started to feel real businessy. And last week I like literally had to like call my husband. I'm like, we gotta pray, because I feel like we're losing sight of what this business was originally for. And I told him like, I'm tired. And then I told him, I feel like we gotta tell God I'm tired. So we both were like, God, we're tired. We need help. We don't want to lose sight of why you gave us this business.
That's good.
You called us to steward this business, and now it's just a money making machine. But I don't just want that. I want to connect with people. I want to love on people. So this last night we served, and my girlfriend who was working on the bus, she said, Titi, just go out there and go talk to people.
Wow.
Like halfway through the shift,
Yeah.
she's like, just
Wow.
go out there.
Yeah.
Like you called us to work here. You just go and talk. So I was like so blessed that God put that on her heart, because that actually was like, that's my heart, is my calling, is to like be in the front and talk to people. So that's something different that I want to do even more so now. I'm still learning, we're still growing, but God had to kind of reel it back in. Like, I gave you this, but don't forget why,
Yeah, no, that's good. I like that. It's like really understanding that it goes beyond the food.
It does,
goes like that, and
100%.
really it's taking care of yourself spiritually and mentally
Yeah.
too. Because I feel like what you're saying, like when you guys launched, I feel like you guys kind of boomed.
Yes,
Like where it was just like, it wasn't even really like a slow gradual.
It was just up there.
It was just like, as soon as you launched, it was like,
was
wow.
Day one.
Yeah,
we
day
had
one.
lines. No one's even tried our food yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cunha Times was our first day we've ever sold.
Wow.
We ever sold. I don't even know if we're allowed to. I don't even know if we're allowed to sell there. But we sold at Cunha Times.
Hey, if you were there,
And
thanks for coming.
We were not expecting.
Yeah.
I wasn't even like super confident in my sauce yet. Like we've changed this. Sorry guys, we've changed our sauce a few times from then till now. I mean, like even this week we started. Now we're doubling our garlic. So like we're constantly growing. We love to hear feedback. We love to like maybe cook the potatoes longer. They're kind of hard last time. Okay, sorry. Like and we're not. I'm not afraid to admit that we make mistakes. And something that God's reminding me is, even though we're a business, to also take rest. And I know I was supposed to give advice at the end, but I kind of wanted to say it now. Is like God's reminding me that even in business, like don't forget to take your Sabbath, because like I don't know why I'm getting emotional, but like that's so important. And God, I feel like as business owners, we don't always take that rest. And I am totally a victim of not doing that. So I just want to encourage people, like, God is so good. He's so big. He will fill your cup. Don't worry about like, I have to work this day because I have to. Like, if God calls you to rest, he'll provide. So I think that's something God's reminding me in this season. Like, girl, cool your jets. I gave you this idea. I gave you this bus. I gave you these blessings. Like, I am the one that you worship to. I'm the one who gives you that. So I love that God's been telling me to rest.
I really like that. It's like the whole aspect of just trusting him. Trusting him, saying, hey, Lord, okay, well, you're calling me to rest, so I'm going to trust you with my finances. I'm going to trust you with our business, that we won't waste anything. It won't be a wasted day. Yeah, no, that's good. I really like that. That's really good. Wow, Buckits. Just killing the game.
I love that encouraging word for everyone to rest, no matter what it is.
True.
Yes.
Even if it's not in business, but just whatever you're doing, like, don't be afraid to take that pause, because the Lord will bless you in that time that you take away and that you spend more with him. There's never a bad thing about spending more time with the Lord, right?
No, exactly.
Always spend more time with the Lord when you get the chance, but the Lord will give you more strength and more encouragement.
And I feel like when you take that rest and you spend that time with Jesus, you become a better boss, right? You become a better wife, you become a better partner, you become a better employee. So it's like, for me, I can tell. I mean, everyone can tell, because I have a very vibrant, you don't have to say a word and you'll know how my emotions are. I wear it so loudly. Sorry, I do that. But I feel like when I don't take that time with the Lord, it reflects in the food. It reflects in my communications with everybody. And I get stressed. And like it shows. So I feel I'm so glad God's like, girl, before you start to get too wind up, just remember to rest. So I'm like, I feel so good. I feel so peaceful doing this podcast today, because like, I was like, should we do that? Nah, we should do it. Okay. I want to share this while it's fresh.
No, that's good. And I'm glad that, like, even now, like how you're saying, you're still learning. That, like, even though it's almost been a year, there's still things, and you're still changing the sauces, and it's like, and I think that's such a humble thing to say, that like, hey, we will never be at that spot where we're perfect and we're open to anything. Like, we're open to be corrected. We're open to being able to move forward with with our business and ourselves. And so, wow, that's awesome. But I think one thing I've always learned from Titi, which I really, really do admire, is the way that you pray and how you pray specifically for things. And so it's like, hey, I need a team, I'm going to pray for a team. Or I need rest, I'm going to pray for rest. And I think it's just like highlighting the importance of prayer and including God in everything, every single thing we do, but being specific with our prayers. Because I think that that's so important. But yeah, I don't know, like, where have you, like, I guess, has that always been a thing for you, to just like, hey, I'm gonna pray specifically for something, and I'm just like, and I've seen the fruits of that, and oh wow, okay, like, I'm blessed through seeing. Yeah.
I think I don't think I've been doing that for such a long time, but I remember the first specific prayer I've ever did was probably my 8th grade year in middle school, when I prayed for my husband. And when I prayed for this person, I was so specific about what I wanted, down to like the outer appearance. Like I was like,
I love that.
I prayed this prayer, and I prayed it constantly. I prayed in 8th grade, freshman year, sophomore year, junior year. I kept praying. I was single. Just
that's a word. That's a word.
Single in college, freshman year, sophomore year. I was like, dang, I'm gonna be graduating college. I still don't graduated college, still didn't have a boyfriend. You know what I mean? Like single. But like when God brought me my husband, to me, I was like, dang, that just makes so much sense. So like, I don't think I always did these specific prayers, but probably maybe in the last maybe 5-6 years, I understood how God is such a big God, and that when you pray specifically, he answers specifically.
That's so good.
So like for me, I don't know any other way. Like when my husband or my friends or anyone tells me, I'm like, let's pray for that. Like it's not unreachable. Like, you know. So I'm really thank you for sharing that, because I do pride myself in my prayer time.
Yeah. That's super good. Yeah, no, I like that. And it's such your, like, honestly, like what you were saying too, that like even before you guys start your shift, you pray, and I think that just sets the atmosphere. I feel like even in our days, like when we first wake up, that hey, I'm gonna spend this time and I'm just gonna pray and dedicate this day to the Lord, and it really changes your attitude and your demeanor throughout like your conversations with people. It's like he prepares your heart for whatever you're gonna step into.
And then I also want to add, like, I don't just pray. And then I'm just like, hey, hurry up, God, where's the thing? So I pray and I keep moving. So, like, I think that's also a way of showing God that you trust him. And not like he'll answer it because of that, but you won't be so consumed with when he's going to answer it, because it's, he's answering it. So I think that's another thing that's key that I've been sharing with some people about, who's like, I've been praying, but God's not giving me all the things that you guys been having. And I'm like, oh, no, that's not the right attitude to have. No, it's more like you pray, and then you enjoy your life that God's blessed you with, and that's how you wait on the Lord. I think people think you wait and you sit there and you're just waiting, but waiting on the Lord means you continuously be obedient to what he calls you to be in that good space. Yeah.
That's good. I like that. Yeah. No, wow. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sharing all of that, and thank you for that encouragement as well. I'm pretty sure a lot of people need to hear that. We needed to hear that too. We always need to hear that. Rest is a good thing. Rest is a good thing. Rest is a time where you can fill yourself up with the words of the Lord, and to be able to strengthen yourself again to go back out there and do what the Lord told you.
Amen.
True.
And we can see that in your business.
Yeah.
From month after month after month, it's been so encouraging to watch you guys grow.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for sitting with us. Before I ask you what this thing is.
So you're probably wondering. Yeah. So I actually am so thankful you guys came. Yeah. I mean, we're going to do an interview on my food. You might as well try some. Okay, so what you guys will be trying is our house Cajun, kind of like our newish sauce. It's the same exact sauce recipe. We just added another whole bag of garlic.
Oh, nice.
So it's very, very thick. It's very garlicky.
Ooh, okay. I like garlic. Do you like garlic?
Yeah.
Okay, love that.
So we're just gonna leave it in the pan over here. Then you guys can just grab it. But we have some seafood gloves for you guys.
Oh my gosh, with the gloves, guys, so cool.
Yeah. And then, can we get some horchata and the churro cheesecake?
Oh my. Okay, I wanna put this on the record right here. I think that Titi and Buckits makes the best horchata I've had on Oahu.
I have never had your horchata before.
Oh man, I'm excited for you to try this. This is I'm saying this right here.
Oh my gosh!
Oh wow! Wow!
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
The churro cheesecake's in the fridge. Can you just put the caramel? Okay.
Oh my gosh!
Thank you.
This is Alex's first time trying her horchata.
Oh, whoa. Oh, I like this.
Really?
I really like this.
Right? Okay.
I really like this.
It's different.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh.
I already know I like it, so.
Boba?
See what I...
Oh my gosh.
No, I've tried many horchatas on the island. I don't think I've tried... This one's my favorite.
I like this one a
lot.
I'm so glad.
Yes.
Well,
okay, so I mean, I kind of have... I mean, we can still eat, I guess, while we're talking. But, so I know in businesses, right, there's people that are lovers and there's people that have a lot of critiques about your guys' stuff, right? How do you handle that? Like, how do you handle the ones that say, it's too expensive, or, there's just, I don't think, like, the I don't know, just, how do you handle that?
So, the expensive part honestly doesn't bother me, just because I know I'm not a crook. Because I literally go off of the prices that are given to us. Yeah. So for me, I definitely have peace about it, because I don't think they just don't know how much we spend on everything. Yeah. My first business, we made way more profit than this business does. Everything we get is pretty pricey and expensive. Yeah. But you know what? We do the best we can with the price we give. And that's why I really strive on quality.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I hope that's the part that I really, we get people, like we've had, I want to say 5 complaints in the whole year, which honestly to me,
really good.
that's good to me.
That's really good.
And the complaints that we've had, the rice is too hard. So it's like things that we can fix, things that we can get better at. And then one we just recently got was the potato was too hard, which anyway, that also we fixed, but that was one person. Those kind of things I really like when we get feedback, because I want to give you guys the best quality. So when people message me, I always say like, hey, you want to come back? We would love to remake it for you and change your mind. So I'm really open to those kind of things. Yeah.
I've already eaten 3 things. It's good.
Okay,
I like the sauce.
cool.
The potatoes improved.
The potato?
I think.
Yeah.
I didn't try it when it wasn't, but it was soft.
But,
I like
wow.
it. But it's not too soft.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want it like mushy soft,
Yeah.
but we don't want it like rock hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This new sauce is really good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
I mean, I
like it.
Oh my gosh, I'm so
It's good.
glad.
Everything I'm trying is good.
Yeah, Nicole's
It's good.
tried it at every stage, so she knows.
It's come a long way, but I honestly I like it. Every sauce. And so I like, how did you get the idea for this kind of sauce? Like, was it just a bunch of trial and error? Or like,
Yes.
Like you just
Are you
tried
trying
it?
to replicate like something you've had before?
True.
Like,
Yeah,
a
so
recipe?
I love seafood boil. And I just kind of threw a bunch of stuff together that because I don't just cook. I actually cook a lot of food. Like I love cooking noodles. I love cooking like pot roast. I love cooking. So for me, I kind of knew seasonings and I had a palette already for flavors. Yeah. I knew there was butter. I knew there was garlic in a seafood boil. So for me, from there, I just ran with it, kept throwing in this kind, Old Bay, all kind, whatever I could. And then I'm like, hey, nope, too salty, too sweet. And I just kept going. And then I started adding in some secret stuff that I know people in Louisiana, New Orleans do. So I started incorporating things to make it better that we haven't had in Hawaii.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, no, this is really good.
This sauce is really good.
I get encouraged when people from New Orleans come.
Ooh,
And we've had a couple, and every single one of them just so happened to come back to give their feedback. Wow. And every one of them, we had about 4, have always shared that they love the sauce.
Wow.
So that's always really encouraging. And then I also wanted to come up with an original sauce that people from other seafood restaurants cannot say they have, which is our chihu. And I felt like that was a kind of a hone-in and an honor to my Polynesian, side of my family or my life, and I wanted to kind of like do something like that no other restaurant could say that they have.
Oh, nice.
So that's also, I'm sorry I don't have it today, but it's just because that one's the kind you got to eat them that same day.
True. And it's like coconut, yeah. Like
yes, it's coconut milk. It's our coconut milk butter sauce, and honestly,
perfect for
Perfect.
Yeah. I really like
a lot of people love that sauce.
Yeah.
Do they end up mixing it with like all your other sauces?
Yeah, so we do have a hapa, and we do mix them together. That's also becoming a popular
choice.
Yeah, actually, I was at Honolulu, and this auntie came to order, and she was like, "Can you just mix both the sauces together?" And I'm like, "Oh, I was so terrified. I'm like, oh, we've never done that before."
Yeah.
And then she's like,
"Just do it."
I'm like, "But what if you don't like it?" She's like, "I'm sure it'll be great." She loved it.
Wow.
And it ended up becoming on our menu, right? Like not too long after that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go in for this crab.
Yeah. Same.
Are you 1 and 2? We're 1 and 2.
It's very garlicky, huh?
It is, but I love garlic.
Yeah, me
so,
too.
I mean,
Same.
I'm not
Heartburn.
Feel a little feeling in my chest.
No, rebuke.
No, it's good. What's it called? No, okay. I had this other question that I wanted to ask you. I mean, you kind of did, but I kind of just wanted to hear. So you've been having all this success, right? You've been going on the news. You've been kind of booming. How have you kept yourself grounded in the midst of success?
Girl, I feel like I can't say I've been grounded the whole time. I think there are times where pride has definitely came over me, and where I'm like, oh wow, look at all this, but very faint, because I feel like God humbles me really quick. I feel like one of those kids who like their parents is like, hey, don't remember that time I had to wash your underwear? Like I feel like the Lord has to like remind me, and yeah, I think I just get humbled each time. And I think because I also do, I don't know how to say this without sounding Christianese, but every morning I do my devotion, I do my prayer. I feel like I get corrected every morning. So like I think for me, having that heart of discipline really does help. And honestly, that's very new for me. Like last year, I asked God, "Oh my God, I think God downloaded the word discipline throughout this year, and that's a very hard one for me. I think I don't like correction from people, but even from God more so. It's even more heavy sometimes. But I think that's been helping me to stay grounded. Is God's discipline and being hungry for it. So I am hungry for it. I don't want to make mistakes. I don't want to be unrighteous. I want to be a person of aloha, and that comes with responsibility. So I think that's been kind of on my mind.
That's good. That's good. And it's like, if you don't know how to be humble, then God's gonna humble you.
And that's worse. So I think that comes in my mind too, where I'm like, oh, I don't want God to do it. So I better get on my A game. You know what I mean?
When he humbles you, then it's like, okay, I'm so sorry, Lord.
Yeah. It's like, oh, starting back from we're on step 7, we're back on step 1. Yeah.
He's like, oh, teach you real quick. No, but that's good. I think just like you said, starting your day off with him in your word and in prayer is really helpful.
It really does help me. I think the days I'm like, oh, you get scared how you're gonna, oh no, I don't want this version of me coming out the door. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't know what I'm gonna say. I kind of want to just say like a thank you, I guess, to, I there's some inspirations to why I cook. My mom's a big inspiration of why I cook. She's always been super amazing, a boss lady, businesswoman, and then also making sure that her kids are well fed. Like, I think that's something that I always respected about my mom is, I don't really remember, no offense, my dad cooking for us. It was always my mom. And she's like, she's doing, help bathing us. Like, she just does so much. Like, and I get emotional sometimes when I'm cooking. I'm thinking of her because I think that's really where my heart for cooking came in. And there were times where I think I was in like elementary. I was like, hey, cook your own saimin already because she's getting so busy. So that was like my first introductions to cooking was like making my own saimin, making fried rice, making musubis. And then kind of from there, I started to learn like, oh, wait, what if I put like garlic powder in my fried rice? Or what if I put like shoyu and sugar in my spam? I think those are the little things that kind of kept going where I'm like, oh, I can create stuff. I can make my own things. Oh, people are liking my food. So like, I ended up finding out too through food that it is my love language. I love cooking for people. So if there's a potluck, majority of the time I will not buy something. She will. But
I'm the one that buys things. But I don't cook.
You'll always see me with like my own dish or my own foil pan.
Always bring something.
I'll bring something that I'll cook, and I think that's like, even though I'm like, oh honey, we only got 45 minutes. Okay, let me whip up something really quick. I just want to cook for people. I want people to eat good food, and that's just like something I really enjoy doing. So on the food truck, do expect. I do want to be bringing in some new recipes and new things, including with the seafood boil. So I'm excited for that too.
Yeah, no. Shout out to Auntie Michelle. Shout out to
yes.
That's awesome.
Shout out, mommy.
She's gonna love that. No, that's awesome. No, thank you so much for sharing everything. I'm gonna eat this cheesecake before.
Oh yeah, we should do that. Sorry, I went into another shrimp and I was like,
no, honestly, I think it all complements each other. What made you decide on what you put in, like the sausage, the potatoes, the crab?
I pretty much picked like a basic seafood boil. We also do boiled egg, but with the egg shortage, we haven't been doing it these last few drops. Hopefully we can start doing it again. Yeah. But I just kind of picked like what normally goes into a seafood boil, and that's kind of how we got the shrimp, the crab, the potatoes, the sausage, and then the churro cheesecake. I know people are like, we do tacos and burritos too. So they're like Mexican and seafood. But it goes. I really truly believe it does work together.
Well. It does work. It works so well.
Yeah, like I just really feel like it goes good together. So if you guys never have tried our Mexican side of our food truck, it's also very, very good.
The tacos and burritos.
We get so much good feedback. Is that good, sis?
This is so good.
I'm so glad.
Wow.
It's like crispy on the top and soft
I like that.
Soft in the inside.
Yeah.
Dude,
someone was telling me like, it feels like it's creme brulee.
Oh yeah, creme brulee.
Creme brulee. Yeah. And I was like, no, it's just a lot of sugar.
Gotta treat yourself sometimes.
I have a really big sweet tooth.
Yeah,
I love this.
I have a question
I love all of this food.
Oh, I'm so glad. You guys can take that home. I have a question for you guys who are in the food, or you guys cook, or you guys are like chefs or food business industry. Do you guys eat the food that you make? Because to be honest, I personally don't. Like I had a bucket for the first last week. I haven't had one for like 6 months.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know what it is. Maybe because you're just cooking the
making it
same
all
thing
the
every
time,
day. I don't know. But yeah, I just
that.
I can't eat seafood boil anymore. I think because we're just making it so much.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just wanted to ask that question. Like, comment below. Like, do
True.
you guys eat what you guys make, or it's kind of like, no, I literally go next door to the other truck and grab food.
I pick up. We trade. We trade.
No, yeah, trade.
Support.
But like, what do you think about like keeping joy in the midst of everything that's happening? Like you were saying, like the egg prices or the egg shortage. There's an egg shortage right now.
Yeah.
Right? And being able to provide like your product to the fullest extent, but without the stuff that you usually have in it. Like, how do you? I know we kind of answered this question like a little bit, but we can always edit it.
Yeah.
But yeah, how do you still keep joy even with all of those like different challenges that you might face in your everyday business?
I want to sit on this one because I really want to give an original
Yeah.
good answer. So I think, for example, with the egg shortage, I still do feel kind of sad that because a lot of people do like that part of the bucket. So, I mean, I'm praying that we can get that back soon to be able to serve everybody. So for me, I do feel kind of down a little bit about that for other people. But at the same time, I got to keep moving and keep going. And I think God's covering and the confidence I have in him is like, it's okay. He'll cover that. He'll cover people's feelings towards it. And, you know, that's kind of like, I guess how I maintain my joy is like, okay, he's got me. Like this happened. Okay, he's got me. Like with everything, like even our food truck breaking down right before a really, really big event. And we had to be there within 10 minutes and it was broken down. Anxiety level low-key high. But I still, I don't know what it is. Like, I think you just still have this piece and it might be soft and it might be kind of far back behind you, but it's there. And I think the more I honed in on that piece, like, okay, I want to feel peace. I don't want to feel anxiety. I want to feel peace. I don't want to feel angry or bitter or sad. So I think when I think of like how I want to trade up a emotion, that's kind of like how I do. I'm like, God, I want to trade up this emotion. I don't want to feel this.
Yeah.
And I think it's me focusing in on God's like, okay, it's right here.
Yeah.
It's right here. Hear my voice here. And it gets louder and louder to the point where I'm like, okay, I feel good again. So I think it yes, God is my joy. Yes, he is the center. But at the same time, I need to search for that. So I think my part is not just expecting it to go, but I have to search for it. And like, does that make sense?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Like I have to
Yes.
search and
Actively
seek
search
him
for
in
it. Yeah.
actively.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing that I've been learning is like it's in every my faith and my business, they're one. That's why I talk about God a lot. It's not that they're separated. They have to be one.
Yeah.
I've done it separated. It didn't work. So I think now it's like I have to search for God daily. And it's not just, it doesn't end at my morning devotion. It's all day long. Like this person just cut me off on the food truck. I could have rolled my whole food truck over. Oh man, that's so frustrating. But God still saved me. He still got me. So I think it's like, it's just constantly like over and over again. Things are going to come up. Things will not go according to your plan because that's just what it says in the word.
Yeah.
And I think it's just like, are we okay with being flexible with
Yeah.
Jesus?
Yeah, that's good.
So I think that's been something that I don't know if it's just like that spiritual maturity that happens later in life. I hope people can get it sooner. But honestly, I'm recently just tapping into that more. I haven't been like this all the time. But I feel like recently God's been showing me like this is what spiritual maturity looks like.
That's good.
It means not going off of your emotions and freaking out and getting frantic. It's like coming to me in prayer first.
Yeah, that's good. And I like it. It's like I like what you just said. You're trading up your emotions.
Yeah.
That it's like, I don't want to feel this anger anymore. Lord, please like replace it with your peace.
Yeah.
You know? And it's and I think that's what you're saying too. It's just like being intentional with that, like seeking out the root of like, man, okay, like I'm gonna sit down, okay, Lord, I don't want to feel this way.
Right,
Because sometimes we could just think that like, okay, Lord, just okay, you're good. And, you know, kind of just dismiss the feeling.
Yeah.
When really it's taking that time to sit down with him and be like, Lord, I don't know what this is, or I don't want this anymore.
That's
Like,
been a
please take
game
that.
changer because I had anxiety. I still have it, but it's so much shorter now. My anxiety attacks are so short now.
Wow,
like
that's good.
my depression, I can see it before it comes now.
that's good.
And like that's like within the last 2-3 months of like, and that's been a game changer for the business too,
Yeah.
where I feel like, man, I want to prep. I want to shop. I want to open up the food truck. I didn't. No. Like last November, October, people were like, "Where are you? Where aren't you guys selling?" I was going through like crazy mental health battles. Like I'm Christian and I'm depressed. Is that supposed to coexist, God?
Yeah.
Am I allowed to say that I love you and I'm depressed?
Wow,
It
yeah.
doesn't feel righteous. That doesn't feel Christian. That doesn't feel right. But it's real.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
active.
Yeah.
But I also like felt like it's because I wasn't actively using God. I thought, okay, I did my prayer. Where are you at? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
constantly like waiting for God to show up, but not really being obedient and moving forward. So I think for me, like, man, it's just been so much lighter. Like the yoke, you know, like that
Yeah.
yoke is just
Yeah.
equal. And right
Yeah.
now, and everything, the burden is just light.
Yeah.
And I honestly feel like it's because I'm just actively laying it down.
That's
actively.
good.
As it comes, lay it down. Because if
Yeah.
you comes, like you're gonna timber and fall. Like
True.
that girl in Encanto, you know what I mean? The sister. So it's like we gotta I love Encanto. But yeah, I just feel like now it's like, okay, wait, this is here. Whew. This is here, God. Give it. Cast it. Instant.
TT, this is so amazing. I mean, we've known each other for a while, and to know that we go through very similar things
Yeah.
almost all the time.
No, for real.
Which is
It's
kinda
crazy.
But to see like how far you come and to see your spiritual maturity over the years is just beautiful. Like I'm just sitting here like smiling, like I know what you went through. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah.
That's good.
I'm
Thank you,
crying now.
sis.
No, but I'm really happy for you, and we're always praying over your business.
Yeah.
We're always
Yeah.
praying.
Thank
for
you so much.
You guys have been on such a journey together, and to see that, you know, God has been blessing your business day after day after day.
Yeah.
And we hope that this encourages someone out there
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
is, you know, maybe they have an idea from
Yeah.
God or
Right.
they just feel called to do something.
Yeah.
Whether it be in business or anything else in their life.
Yeah.
That they're encouraged to do it because the
Yeah.
Lord is behind it.
Yeah.
And not because
Amen.
it's something that they're doing themselves. And I mean, that passion could have been in you from long time ago.
Yeah.
But the reason why we're on this earth, the reason why we're breathing, the reason
Yeah.
why we have
Girl,
everything that we
preach.
do, it's the Lord.
Amen.
And it is
So
so
good.
evident in your business.
Yeah,
So
that's good.
thank you so
Thank you
much for
so
Thank
much
you.
for sharing that.
No, that's amazing. And you know, I kind of just wanted to end this time with like, how can we
Yes.
or everybody out there, how can we pray for you? How can we be keeping your
Yeah,
business
girl.
in prayer?
I love
Get
this part. Yeah, I am currently looking for like another food truck driver. This isn't our only business. We actually have multiple businesses. Thank you, Jesus. One of it's my husband's. It's called Rudy's Home Improvement. He
Yes.
owns his own like general contracting handyman business. And he has sacrificed a lot of that time and rejected a lot of jobs to help me with the food truck business. So just definitely wanting another driver, someone to take over kind of his spot.
Okay, yeah.
And I am looking also for an assistant. So just like those things, like I like where I'm praying for God's help is to kind of
Yeah.
get those things on and to be able to love on the community more, maybe
Yeah.
be in the front more. So those are some things, and I don't know. I guess we just want to be righteous. Yeah. We just want to
Yeah.
be righteous. Like that's all I can think is like, as long as I'm good with God, then I'm good. So
Yeah.
if there's something that I'm not doing right or something that's wrong, whether
Yeah.
from the menu to the way we act, the way we converse with people, I just want all those things to reflect his light. So
Yeah, that's good.
prayer and covering for that for sure.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, of course. We can definitely be keeping that in prayer. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
TT, thank you for being on the pod. And we hope that this blessed you guys. And we hope that this gave you a little bit of hope wherever you're at on your journey in your business. And we will see you guys all the next time. Goodbye.
Bye, family.